I think that he's a normal dude. I don't know if that answers your question. I think that for us as players, he's even keeled. I think that describes it the best. I think that he doesn't get crazy emotional. He gets upset and he gets frustrated and gets annoyed just like any normal human being. But at the same time, through the flow of the game and through the ups and downs and through adversity, he remains at a pretty good happy medium. So I think that it's just his presence on the floor. Anytime you're the best player in any environment, you're going to have a calming presence, knowing that you had the best player on the floor.
Other players.
And the other team feels it. We feel it, and knowing that you have that ultimate bailout, and that's where the calming factor comes from.
Fred, how much more special has this playoffs been given the birth of your child and how does motivate you?
Yeah, it just puts things in perspective. Just for life in general. Obviously, I was struggling a little bit, and having a kid kind of washes that away in terms of that doesn't really matter. I know people don't want to hear that, but this is just my job at the end of the day, and family comes before all of this, and I take family very seriously. So to have kids and to have a newborn that was born, that's the most important thing, and that comes first and foremost before everything, and then the rest of the stuff will fall, where it falls.
Right, you talked about your development earlier. When you look back at your time at 905, what stands out?
I think that just the grind of going down there and not wanting to go and feeling like I was good enough to play my rookie year, but not having the opportunity and having to go down there and kind of prove what I could do, and just the relationships that I built with those guys, and obviously with Stackhouse, and me and Pete played together quite a bit, me and Jakob. So it's just a bonding experience. You go down there, you play, and you kind of develop your game a little bit and decide what kind of player you want to be, and at the same time prove that you don't belong down there. So
how important was Stackhouse?
He was big. Stack was big. He was huge in terms of developing, how I see the game and how I approach the game, and the toughness and the defensive, mindset that he brought. And obviously he was just a great friend to me in general in life, and obviously I love Stack forever.
Being at 905.
Seeing how Drake gets to be opponents' heads a little bit, especially in the last couple of series.
We appreciate Drake. We obviously he's close to our team, and we like having him at the games, and I'm sure we're all fans of his. So it's a great relationship. As far as what he does to other teams and other players, I can't speak to that. You have to ask some of those guys how they feel about it, but it doesn't bother me. I've seen much worse in other arenas around the league that don't get as much acclaim because they're not probably famous people, but there's some crazy fans in the league, trust me. Not that I've seen, no. He may be the most viewed, and the camera's always on him, and he's his theatrics are growing and growing, as I'm sure he's embellishing in it, but there's much more flagrant things said and done throughout the league, I'll tell you that much.
Getting to this point is like every player's dream to play in the finals. What's the best part of it for you?
The best part would be winning it. I think that obviously you want to be here and you're happy that you made it this far, but can't be satisfied with just making it here. You dream about holding the trophy and the confetti and the champagne. You don't dream about just being here to play. So just not being satisfied, not being content, and relishing in the moment and appreciating the journey that got you here is probably the best part of knowing what it took to get here and how difficult it was.
Your team say
As a defender, probably some guys' worst nightmares. I think that he can do it all, and we knew that, and we didn't see it much throughout the regular season. Obviously, the demand that it puts on a guy's body to have to do both at both ends at a high level. But he kept it in his back pocket, and he brought it out a little bit, and whatever you ask him to do, he'll do, and he's not egotistical about it where he's saying I have to guard the best player, but when the coaches tell him who he's got, he's like, all right, lace him up and go out there and try to guard those guys. So it's not flashy. He's not blocking a bunch of shots. He may not steal the ball as much as you would think, but when you look at the stats at the end of games and just the amount of difficulty it is to score on him, it's pretty special.
there was one last message you give to fans before Game 1 who to kind of quell their nerves, what would you say to them?
I love you and I appreciate you.
Fred, before you came here, what was your impression of Toronto's basketball scene?
It was mixed. I didn't know a whole lot about Toronto, but my pre-draft was the Eastern Conference Finals year, so I literally watched every single game of that playoff run on TV. It was on TNT every night, ESPN, so I had to watch. I watched the first series, I watched the Indiana series, the Miami series, and the Cleveland series, and I watched all of those games. So I had a good impression of the team and Kyle and DeMar and those guys, and then obviously I just remember, I think they lost Game 6, and the crowd was chanting, and like that's type of stuff stuck with you. That was my first impression of the Jurassic Park outside. So just understanding the growth and the buzz and seeing where it was and where it is now and just how far it's come, that's what stuck out to me.
In your mind, can you kind of articulate how far it's come? What was your grasp on that?
I don't know if I'm the right guy to put it all together. I wasn't here that long, and I wasn't here in the beginning. But I just think about a franchise that's relatively new, in a place that probably wasn't a huge basketball place. You know, people always say hockey and baseball or whatever, and that's grown. And I think that's grown with the culture. And I think that obviously, you know, people might not like it, but I think Drake had a lot to do with that, being the face of something. And obviously, Masai and Bobby in the front office have grown this franchise into being a finals contender, and the fans have grown right along with it. So the city is growing, and I think that the team is growing along with it. And right now, we're in a pretty special time.
Pascal, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. First of all, two-part question. Draymond Green called himself the best defender ever recently, and you might have to go up against Draymond quite a bit in this series. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on his defense. And secondly, your teammate Kawhi Leonard has just as many defensive accolades. What makes Kawhi an elite, world-class defender?
I think I'm gonna ask the Kawhi question first. I'm gonna answer the Kawhi question first, but I think what makes him special, just his length. He definitely understands the game and kind of like knows like kind of what's gonna happen. And then I mean his physical features are just amazing, and in his hands and being able to just deflect passes and get steals. And then he's just a crazy athlete and also just understanding the game. I think Draymond definitely. I think he was Defensive Player of the Year one year. So definitely a guy that prides himself on defense and definitely is like the anchor of their defense. And he definitely does a lot of things that are good for them and his energy, being able to move, and his size and also being strong. So.
Which one do you think is better?
Which one do I think is better? I mean, I don't know, but I'm kind of glad to have Kawhi on my team, and the things that he's able to do on defense, and it's definitely amazing.
Second row on the left to Michael.
Pascal. Michael Grange here. Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Just taking back a little bit to last summer and even over the course of the year, some of the moves Masai made. What signal did it send to yourself and the team when he made the decision to move on from Dwayne, trade DeMar, trade Jakob, and then Jonas? I mean, how do those moves play in the dressing room? What do you think watching Masai do his job?
I think it was definitely. I mean, some of them I don't know if it was expected or not, but it was definitely things that caught a lot of us off guard. For me, especially, just being that close to guys like Jakob and DeMar and all those guys, and being here with them, it was definitely something that was tough, a tough pill to swallow, and just knowing that we kind of shared stories with these guys and we bond something special. But I think for me, something that I've learned in my little 2 years and going on 3 years is that is that's the nature of it, is the business, and I think as him being a GM or the president and it's just trusting that he's making the best decision for the team, and for me being on the team and just moving forward and taking the pieces that are there and trying to make something special out of it.
I mean, what message did you get out of that? Like, if he's willing to make those moves and.
I think he's willing. He's willing to win. He's willing to win. He's willing to do anything he thinks is is the best thing to give us make us in position to win. So that's always been something that he from the first day I got here. That's his mentality and that's how he thinks. And he's going to do everything in his power and everything he thinks is right to make us win.
Pascal, the right side, third row.
My man, Yahoo Sports. Pascal, you take a lot of pride in continuously improving your game as the months go on. What do you do better than you did in October? Like, wherever you think you made the biggest strides?
I think for me, just being on the floor more, to be honest with you, just playing games. I started playing basketball late. There's a lot of things that I continue to learn every single day. I think being on the floor every single night and playing was definitely something that helped me. And then just in terms of my game, improve my shot, be able to handle the ball better, make reads, and then on defense, just understanding the game a little bit more, watching more film, and knowing rotations and things like that maybe my first year I didn't know as well. So just kind of getting familiar with the game and being a student of the game.
Front row on the left.
Pascal en français, Myriam est d'ailleurs pour Radio-Canada. Comment, maintenant on est à la finale, comment là tu te prépares pour affronter les champions, les Warriors de Golden State?
Je pense que pour nous, d'abord, c'est d'être en finale avec tout ce que l'organisation a fait et d'être ici à ce stage. C'est vraiment quelque chose de spécial. Et je pense que pour nous, c'est la même chose en fait. On essaie de gagner, on essaie de faire tout ce qu'on peut faire pour gagner. Et c'est ce qui est dans notre tête en fait. Pour le moment, c'est la victoire et on va faire tout ce qu'on a à notre pouvoir pour pouvoir gagner.
On te connaît comme étant un joueur très bon à la défense. Est-ce que cette fois-ci, tu vas plus prendre un plus grand rôle à l'offensive également?
Je pense que pour moi, c'est d'essayer d'être moi, être la personne que je suis. La défense, c'est toujours quelque chose que j'ai et je vais toujours utiliser ça. Et puis juste prendre ce que la défense me donne. Ça dépend. Ça ne veut pas dire que je serai agressif en attaque ou peut-être pas. Donc on ne sait pas. Ça dépend du match et comment ça se passe. Et moi, juste lire ce que la défense me donne et l'utiliser en ma faveur.
Left side, fifth row.
Hey, Pascal, Reed Forgrave with CBS Sports. Kawhi is like such an enigma, like the off-court Kawhi to all of us. And I'm curious if you could shed a little bit of light into your off-court relationship with him, or just anything that has surprised you about him as a human being in the past 10 months?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was. I knew I was going to get, some Kawhi, how is it off the court question. But, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I mean, I think is you guys trying to see something, and I don't know. For me, I just see him as Kawhi. Like he comes in, get his work done, and then off the court, he's just with us like everyone else. Like it's just literally it's normal. Like it doesn't even feel like, oh, I don't know, like what is he doing? Like is it like you know what I mean? Like it's just normal. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I think he's just normal. Like
was there anything that surprised you about him? Court was?
I mean, maybe from me not knowing him and watching TV and maybe you feel like there's something there, like, oh, maybe he's different or something. I don't know. I didn't see it. I just see him as, any other player. He does his work and he come with us, hang out, and, do all the things that we do.
Left side, third row.
Pascal, Haley Cooper with News Talk 1010. You're entering the biggest games of your career, so paint a picture for what tonight will look like for you and tomorrow morning, heading into the arena and getting your mind right.
I think for me, I mean, it's just obviously you want to say so much that it's going to be a regular day, it's going to be it's just another day, but it's just not another day, It's the finals. It's an exciting time of the year. I think all the eyes, everyone is watching. I mean, it's an important moment, and for me, I'm excited, right? Like I'm just excited. My family is coming down tomorrow. You know, having some family time, hanging out, and you know, obviously getting ready for the game. But for the most part, it's just, you know, I think for me, I like to just, you know, hang out with my family and just chill until, you know, we have to play.
Final question, second row on the left.
Oui, Pascal, Patrick Bizindavi pour la radio Choc FM. Une question en français. Quel effet ça te fait d'être la fierté d'un pays, le Cameroun, et peut-être tout un continent? Ouais. On a vu que même le ministre du Sport vous a envoyé une lettre. Quel est l'effet que ça te fait maintenant durant ces finales?
Ça fait vraiment plaisir, en fait. Ça fait vraiment plaisir pour un enfant du Cameroun et aussi d'Afrique. D'être à ce niveau-ci, c'est vraiment quelque chose d'exceptionnel. Et je suis vraiment fier d'être Camerounais, fier d'être Africain et d'être ici et de représenter l'Afrique, de représenter le Cameroun. Et comme tu l'as dit, avoir le ministre des Sports au Cameroun m'envoyer une lettre et juste pour montrer qu'ils sont tous avec moi. Et je suis sûr que l'Afrique est avec nous et c'est vraiment quelque chose que je ne peux pas expliquer. Je ne peux pas expliquer ma joie et ma fierté d'être mon pays. Et j'espère que être ici peut envoyer un message à tous les Camerounais, à tous les Africains que c'est possible d'être ici et que si tu travailles dur et que tu fais tout ce que tu as à faire, tu as vraiment la possibilité d'être ici. Peut-être que tu ne seras pas en NBA, mais tu auras la possibilité d'avoir, de rêver et de faire des trucs que tu voulais vraiment accomplir dans ta vie. Donc, c'est vraiment très important et je suis vraiment content d'être le véhicule de ce message-là.